4837. What instruments are primary for pitch, bank, and power, respectively, when transitioning into a constant airspeed climb from straight and level flight? A. Attitude indicator, heading indicator, and manifold pressure gauge or tachometer. B. Attitude indicator for both pitch and bank, airspeed indicator for power. C. Vertical speed, attitude indicator, and manifold pressure or tachometer. The correct answer is A. The primary instruments for pitch, bank, and power during a transition into a constant airspeed climb from straight-in, level flight are the attitude indicator, heading indicator, and manifold pressure gauge or tachometer. Here's the reasoning behind this answer. Attitude indicator. The attitude indicator, also known as the artificial horizon, is used to monitor the pitch attitude of the aircraft. During the transition into a climb, the pilot needs to adjust the pitch of the aircraft to maintain the desired climb angle. The attitude indicator provides a visual reference of the aircraft's pitch attitude, helping the pilot maintain the correct pitch during the climb. Heading indicator. The heading indicator, also called the directional gyro, displays the aircraft's heading or direction. While transitioning into a climb, maintaining the desired heading is crucial for navigation and situational awareness. The pilot needs to monitor the bank angle and make any necessary corrections using the ailerons to keep the aircraft on the desired heading. Manifold pressure gauge or tachometer. The choice between the manifold pressure gauge or tachometer depends on the type of aircraft. In piston-powered aircraft, the manifold pressure gauge indicates the power output of the engine. Increasing the power by adjusting the throttle helps the aircraft maintain or increase airspeed during the climb. In turbine-powered aircraft, the tachometer measures the rotational speed of the engine, and adjusting power is done using power levers or thrust levers. By using the attitude indicator to control pitch, the heading indicator to control bank, and the manifold pressure gauge or tachometer to adjust power, the pilot can effectively execute a transition into a constant airspeed climb from straight and level flight. 4838. What is the primary bank instrument once a standard rate turn is established? A. Attitude indicator. B. Turn coordinator. C. Heading indicator. The correct answer is B. The primary bank instrument once a standard rate turn is established is the turn coordinator. The turn coordinator is specifically designed to indicate the rate of turn of an aircraft. It provides a visual representation of the aircraft's roll and turn, allowing the pilot to maintain a standard rate turn. In a standard rate turn, the aircraft completes a full 360-degree turn in 2 minutes. The turn coordinator has a rate gyro that senses the roll rate of the aircraft and displays it through a miniature airplane symbol. When the aircraft is in a standard rate turn, the miniature airplane will be aligned with the turn index, indicating that the bank angle is correct for a standard rate turn. Therefore, the turn coordinator is the most appropriate instrument to monitor and maintain a standard rate turn. 4839. What does the miniature aircraft of the turn coordinator directly display? A. Rate of roll and rate of turn. B. Angle of bank and rate of turn. C. Angle of bank. The correct answer is A. The miniature aircraft of the turn coordinator directly displays the rate of roll and rate of turn. The turn coordinator uses a rate gyro to sense the roll rate of the aircraft, and this information is visually represented by the miniature aircraft symbol on the instrument. The miniature aircraft symbol typically consists of wings and a fuselage. As the aircraft rolls, the miniature aircraft symbol tilts in the corresponding direction, indicating the rate of roll. The rate at which the symbol tilts provide a visual indication of how quickly the aircraft is rolling. In addition to displaying the rate of roll, the turn coordinator also indicates the rate of turn. The rate of turn is a measure of how quickly the aircraft is changing its heading in a turn. The turn coordinator accomplishes this by incorporating a slip/skid indicator, which is a curved line or ball that moves within a curved glass tube. If the aircraft is in coordinated flight, balanced with no side slip, the slip/skid indicator remains centered. However, if there is a slip or skid present, the slip/skid indicator will move to one side, indicating an uncoordinated turn. Therefore, the miniature aircraft of the turn coordinator directly displays both the rate of roll and rate of turn. 4840. What is the correct sequence in which to use the three skills used in instrument flying? A. Aircraft control, cross-check, and instrument interpretation. B. Instrument interpretation, cross-check, and aircraft control. C. Cross-check, instrument interpretation, and aircraft control. The correct answer is C. The correct sequence in which to use the three skills used in instrument flying is cross-check, instrument interpretation, and aircraft control. This sequence is commonly referred to as the scan pattern or instrument scan. Cross-check. The pilot starts by cross-checking the various flight instruments to gather information about the aircraft's attitude, altitude, airspeed, heading, and other relevant parameters. The cross-check involves quickly and systematically scanning the instruments to ensure a comprehensive assessment of the aircraft's state. Instrument interpretation. Once the pilot has completed the cross-check, they interpret the information gathered from the instruments. This involves analyzing the relationships between the different instruments and understanding the aircraft's current flight situation. The pilot evaluates the aircraft's pitch, bank, heading, rate of climb or descent, and other flight parameters based on the instrument indications. Aircraft control. After interpreting the instrument indications and understanding the aircraft's flight situation, the pilot takes appropriate control inputs to maintain or adjust the desired flight parameters. This includes making adjustments to the aircraft's attitude, power settings, and flight controls to ensure the aircraft remains on the desired flight path and within the desired tolerances. By following this sequence, pilots can effectively manage the complex task of instrument flying, ensuring accurate and timely responses to the aircraft's flight conditions. Therefore, the correct sequence is cross-check, instrument interpretation, and aircraft control, making 4845-1. As power is increased to enter a 500 feet per minute rate of climb in straight flight, which instruments are primary for pitch, bank, and power respectively? A. Attitude indicator, heading indicator, and manifold pressure gauge or tachometer. B. VSI, attitude indicator, and airspeed indicator. C. Airspeed indicator, attitude indicator, and manifold pressure gauge or tachometer. The correct answer is A. When increasing power to enter a 500 feet per minute rate of climb in straight flight, the primary instruments for pitch, bank, and power respectively are the attitude indicator, heading indicator, and manifold pressure gauge or tachometer. Pitch. The attitude indicator, also known as the artificial horizon, is the primary instrument for pitch control. It displays the aircraft's pitch attitude relative to the horizon. To maintain a specific rate of climb, the pilot needs to adjust the pitch of the aircraft, and the attitude indicator provides the necessary reference for maintaining the desired climb angle. Bank. The heading indicator, also known as the directional gyro or compass, is the primary instrument for bank control. It indicates the aircraft's heading and helps the pilot maintain a coordinated turn. In straight flight, it assists in maintaining the wings level and preventing any unintentional bank angles. Power. The manifold pressure gauge or tachometer is the primary instrument for monitoring power changes. The manifold pressure gauge indicates the engine's power output in terms of pressure, while the tachometer measures the engine's RPM, revolutions per minute. Adjusting the power, throttle, appropriately based on the desired rate of climb allows the pilot to control the aircraft's climb performance.